previous ones, as health trusts struggle with widespread flu outbreaks. The Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, described the strike as self-indulgent and dangerous. From Bureaus Worldwide, this.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Getting closer to Christmas time. It's Wednesday, the 17th day of December for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Lots of things to discuss here today. The Nebraska basketball teams getting ready to take on some non-conference opponents coming up on Sunday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Both teams are ranked in the nation's top 25 this week. Houston Tillotson beat the Hastings College men's basketball team 83-67 last night down in Austin, Texas. We'll talk about that coming up. The Nebraska women's basketball team, they're on the road tonight playing in Omaha against the College of St. Mary's in a ball game we'll have later on today here on Extreme Sports. The UNK women's basketball team got a great performance from Jillian Ashoff last night. In fact, Jillian had a triple-double as the Lopers beat Chadron State 90-46. UNK men also picking up a win over Chadron State last night, 84-79. Had a lot of high school basketball to tell you about from last night. One game in particular, Adams Central knocked off St. Paul 76-42. In the process, Hunter Neppel for the Patriots surpassed 1,000 points in his career at AC, so we'll talk about that coming up. Adams Central girls also winning last night over St. Paul. Both Hastings High and St. Cecilia were in action last night. Had a bowl game last night, the Salute the Veterans Bowl, as Jacksonville State won over Troy last night 17-13. There's a couple of more bowl games on tap tonight, so all that and more is coming up. We'll get some comments from Dana Holgerson. He's the offensive coordinator for the Nebraska football team as the Huskers continue preparations for the Las Vegas Bowl. Also hear from Evan Smith, the head girls basketball coach from AC following their victory last night. Also get some comments from Sam Cook, who's the assistant boys coach, all coming up during the show here today. As we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
And a good morning here on this Wednesday as we get up and get rolling. Congratulations. First off, and first order of business, my friend Dakota, he might be the only person in the live lobby that watches the NBA and actually watches it on a regular basis. I didn't know this was going on. Any hoodles. His New York Knicks were in the NBA Cup, which is like the midseason tournament that the NBA does just to try to generate fan interest, and I don't think it does any at all because I didn't know it was going on. So great work on the social media marketing team there. The New York Knicks won the NBA Cup last night, 124-113. It is their first, and this shouldn't count, but they're calling it their first trophy since 1973. It's a midseason tournament. It doesn't count as postseason hardware, so I'm not buying it. 1973, though, first time they've lifted a trophy. I guess you take small victories if you're a Knicks fan. They beat the San Antonio Spurs last night. Other big news, Terrence Crawford, the boxer from Omaha, 42-0, has retired. He will no longer be in the ring, so our Omaha native and really kind of symbol of pride for the entire state with Terrence Crawford will be retiring from boxing. So tip of the cap to his career.
Yeah, the announcement came just 3 months after Crawford became the only boxer in the four-belt era to become an undisputed champion in 3 weight classes. So Terrence Bud Crawford calling it quits. Like you said, 42-0 was his record. He had 31 wins coming by knockout. The New York Jets suffered their last tie to the ill-fated Aaron Rodgers era by releasing wide receiver Alan Lazard yesterday. He didn't live up to his expectations with the Jets after signing a 4-year, $44 million contract in 2023. In 3 seasons with the Jets, Lazard recorded 70 receptions for 911 yards and 8 touchdowns. His playing time was limited to only 250 snaps so far this season, finished with 10 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. He sees the writing on the wall. He wants the hell out of New York to continue his career. He wants to maybe catch on with a different team. So Alan Lazard, the last piece of the puzzle that they tried to put together in New York when they brought in Aaron Rodgers, he is out. He is out for New York.
Meanwhile, speaking of wanting to get the hell out, Jeremiah Love, if we're not going to play for a national title, I'm going to get the hell out and go pro. Some good running backs enter into the NFL draft class this year. Obviously, with Emmett Johnson with Nebraska, we saw every single Saturday what he was able to do. Jeremiah Love in that same category, in that same breath for the best running backs in college football right now. So some NFL teams next year are going to be able to run the damn ball with Jeremiah Love and Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, the junior from Notre Dame entered the regular season 4th in the nation with 1,372 rushing yards. He was 3rd in the nation in rushing touchdowns with 18, and he averaged 6.89 yards per carry. Now, I've also looked ahead here. Mm-hmm. Jeremiah Love, at 6 foot, 214 pounds, he's projected to go number 3 in Mel Kiper Jr.'s latest big board for ESPN. And Field Yates has Love going 14th to the Kansas City Chiefs at his latest mock draft. I like that. I really like that. Isaiah Pacheco could be on his way out at Kansas City. Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. No. I love that pick. No. If he happens to drop to number 14 in the upcoming draft to the Kansas City Chiefs. Christ. Kansas City having a stinker of a season, that's one benefit we get. We're going to be in the top 15 of the NFL draft this year, with the Chiefs picking right now at least number 14 in the draft. And according to Field Yates, they've got Jeremiah Love dropping down to number 14, maybe picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's bubbling up some acid reflux for me, and I'm not really comfortable the way that conversation and potential prognostication is turning out. Also credit to you. Like, you had all the notes. We did not script anything where we were going to start in the first 10 minutes of the show. I just kind of pulled up some sports headlines and was spouting them off. And you had stats for everything.
Well, I had it down on my news and notes list.
Like you were just catching all the stats that I was throwing out at you. So
well,
kudos to that.
It was like you got up with me and you were helping me.
But that wasn't the case.
Bang out my news and notes.
Not at 4 a.m. Hell no.
No, you were just rolling over for your second sleep.
I had a couple people actually that were listening to the show yesterday that had stopped and said, "We side with you." Like this island that we play sometimes in Tyson's Island, Mike's Island. They're like, no, if you had to get up at 5 a.m. for 18 straight years, we could totally see 9 o'clock being a normal sleep in. There's a lot of people that were on in my defense yesterday with our morning wake up routine argument.
Well, because I know your circle of friends.
Yeah.
There's no way that your circle of friends could hold a candle. And I'm not tooting my horn, but I know your circle of friends cannot hold a candle to my schedule that I put in.
No.
Don't forget I had a game last night.
I can't hold a candle to the schedule you put in. I look at that and I'm like, that's brutal.
Yeah, like tonight I'm going into Omaha for basketball, but I'll be up and on the show tomorrow.
Nothing Nothing says that.
One other note I want to get to.
Yeah, fire away.
Indiana's Curt Cignetti.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who's leading the Hoosiers into the college football playoff. He won the Associated Press Coach of the Year award for the second consecutive year. He's the first coach to win the award in back-to-back years since it was first presented in 1998, and he's the fourth coach to win the award twice, joining Brian Kelly, Gary Patterson, and Nick Saban.
Curt Cignetti.
Yeah, so congratulations.
I'm gonna flash you back to a conversation we were having before the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
When I said PJ Fleck had a punchable face. Look at Curt Cignetti and tell me he doesn't have a punchable face.
You like to punch him in the face?
He's got a punchable face. One of those coaches that I would just I couldn't help myself. I'd walk up to him and I'd be like, you know what? I got nothing against you. You're a hell of a football coach, but damn it, you have a punchable face, and pop.
Wow,
just a haymaker out of left field.
That's
He's got
not
a punchable
very
face.
nice. That's not very nice.
The comment section will agree as we move along today that Curt Cignetti has a punchable face.
Why? Just because he wins?
God, it's the way he wins and the smugness about it. Coming on board and grabbing that microphone like a hell-bent politician at a party rally, talking about how Ohio State sucks and Purdue sucks, telling reporters to Google them. Just the whole vibe he puts off.
Yeah, his demeanor.
Just a prick with a punchable face. And I'm 1,000% sure the comment section will agree as we move along today.
All right, so if you have comments on that, you can chime in.
Punchable faces.
We were making fun of Phillip Rivers coming back to join the Colts after 5 years out of the league. Well, this came up yesterday. Phillip Rivers is actually a genius.
Uh-oh.
Now, the NFL provides health insurance for veteran players and their eligible dependents for up to 5 years after retirement. That coverage includes the player's family. Now, keep in mind, Phillip Rivers has a wife and 10 kids. So his post-career coverage was set to expire in early 2026. Mm-hmm. But by returning to an active NFL roster now, he immediately regains full league health benefits for himself and his entire family for the next 5 years.
Some more health insurance for the 10 kids.
Yeah, the 10 kids and his wife and himself.
Shit, I bet that ain't cheap, man.
No. Hell no, it's not cheap.
Honey, can you go play one more game?
And that's what he did. He's going to play 2 more at least. He's going to be playing against San Francisco on Monday. But now the NFL, they're going to have to provide a health insurance for Phillip Rivers and his wife and 10 kids for the next at least 5 years.
Hall of Fame be damned. I want my health insurance benefits.
Yeah, you don't care about the damn Hall of Fame.
Welcome to 2026.
Because the clock resets on his Hall of Fame. He was actually a semifinalist in the Hall of Fame class of 2026, but now with him coming back into the league and actually being on an active roster and getting back on the field, that Hall of Fame will have to wait for at least another 5 years, but I'm sure he doesn't care about that. So.
Tyson 2, Mike nothing. Mike Lounsbury agreeing with the punchable face comment about Curt Cignetti.
I don't know if I'd punch him in the face.
You're too nice.
I just don't like some of the things that he does, but all he does is win, so he probably don't give a crap about us either.
No, there's like 3 people in the world that I would just walk up to and punch in the face.
And
2 of them are football coaches, one of them is a politician. So
I know the politician. Who's the other coach?
PJ Fleck. PJ Fleck, Curt Cignetti,
and the politician. That I know who you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
All right, 7:14, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. Off to a great start on Wednesday morning, the 17th of the month. In your TV viewing last night, did you catch it? The Salute the Veterans Bowl last night.
Oh, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.
Yeah, they won over Troy.
Let's go.
17-13, Jacksonville State over Troy in the Salute the Veterans Bowl.
I think I picked them.
Yeah, we didn't even go into our bowl.
We didn't fill out a bowl sheet this year. We're having a hell of a time with the Blazing 5. I figured that a bowl challenge would be just send you over the top.
Yeah, that's what we're missing.
We haven't done a bowl challenge.
We did a bowl challenge last year between you and I.
To me, it did make the bowl game and the bowl season slightly more interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't even know the bowl game was on last night. If I would have had my bowl sheet out, I would have known that.
Your bullshit.
Not bullshit. Tonight, my bowl sheet.
Bullshit.
My bullshit. Tonight, according to my bullshit, because I have it right here. See, this is
I'm a
my
child.
bullshit.
I'm sorry.
I'm showing you on video. This is my bullshit right here. I have
Knock
a
it off with your
bullshit.
bullshit.
All right, my bullshit says we've got
Bullshit.
My bullshit says I have 2 games tonight. The Cure Bowl.
Woohoo!
That's Old Dominion in South Florida. And the 68 Veterans Bowl between Louisiana and Delaware.
Ventures. 68 Ventures.
Is that what it is? Let me check my...
It's not Veterans.
Oh, yeah, the Ventures Bowl.
The Veterans Bowl was yesterday.
Yeah, but this was the 68 Ventures Bowl. What the hell is that? What's a 68 Ventures Bowl? We had to look up a name last week. What the hell is a 68 Ventures Bowl? It's going to pit Louisiana against Delaware. Is it chicken?
The Rage? No, it's not chicken. I said checking.
Oh, you're checking. 68 Ventures Bowl.
68 Ventures. It's a lot about the bowl game.
What's this title sponsor?
68 Ventures is a change agent for growth along the northern Gulf Coast and adjacent markets as one of the largest developers and investors in the area. So they're an investment firm.
All right, the 68 Ventures Bowl between Louisiana and Delaware. Don't miss that tonight. And the Cure Bowl between Old Dominion and South Florida.
What's the Cure Bowl? What are they curing?
I bet.
Boredom from bowl games?
No, Cure Bowl would probably be, I'm going to take a guess, something that has to do with pork. This might be way out there. Curing Cure Bowl.
That could be.
Old Dominion and South Florida going to battle in the Cure Bowl tonight.
Nope, you're wrong. The Cure Bowl is for breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, a couple of bowl games tonight. By the way, the quarterback for Old Dominion, I read yesterday.
ODU.
He is in the transfer portal. So Old Dominion will have a new quarterback going tonight against South Florida. And the quarterback at Old Dominion, there's a chance that he could end up here. Yeah. So if you're cheering for somebody tonight, you might want to cheer for Old Dominion because we could have ties to Old Dominion. I saw a list of the quarterbacks yesterday where this expert thought that they would all end up. They had Dylan Raiola going to Oregon.
God.
And they had this quarterback from Old Dominion, who I have never heard of, coming to Nebraska. But that was just according to the one expert.
Sure.
Or somebody kind of like this show, we're experts on nothing, and we admit it. But they had this quarterback from Old Dominion coming to Nebraska. So,
That's
7:19, rolling along here for a Wednesday. Again, if you'd like to chime in today, got a little bit of time for you, 402-872-1450. 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line if you'd like to chime in with us here at the breakfast table. Let us know what's on your mind, either sports related or not. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, a lot of folks in the lobby here today. Got to get windy today. Tim's going to tell you about the weather here at 7:30, but it's going to be windy today. In fact, they're calling for winds by tomorrow to be, again, up around 40 or 50 miles an hour. God, I hate wind.
Wind blows.
So it's going to be windy late this afternoon on into the night and into the day tomorrow. It's going to be windier tomorrow.
It doesn't sound like South Florida's quarterback's playing either.
Really?
Both quarterbacks are not playing. South Florida's coach also not coaching. They have an interim. How are you supposed to bet these games?
You don't. But people do.
You don't, right? Like, you avoid it.
Well, we're going to get into the Blazing Five on Friday, and we're going to have
to throw some bowl games in
there.
Oh,
yeah, there's a bunch of bowl games coming up this weekend, so it's going to be a mixture of bowl games that we don't care about and the NFL.
And there's NFL games on Saturday. I want to make people aware.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's a couple NFL games on Saturday, so if you're putting your fantasy football lineups in, make sure that you're aware.
That's just for you people that are in the playoffs. for me, that's not in the playoffs. I don't give a damn when they are. Of course, I'm down in the consolation bracket, and I think there's money involved in that, so I always like winning money.
IT guy chiming in. Colorado blows and Iowa sucks. That's why it's windy here all the time.
I've seen that a lot of times. Mm-hmm. Seen that a lot of times. What else is happening? What's going on in your world?
I went to Lindsey Sterling last night in Grand Island at the Heartland Event Center.
I saw a lot of people comments on Facebook about that.
I was kind of surprised because it wasn't really that well advertised. They didn't do a whole lot of marketing. I saw a couple social media posts after I had already gotten tickets, but she's amazing.
I'm gonna be stupid. Who is that?
Yeah, it's a talented violinist. She's one of she got her sensation on YouTube. Started making online videos, and all of a sudden got picked up by a couple different musicians to be this violinist in their pieces and their works. And she's gone on and done some solo stuff, but it's a lot of theatrical because she does acrobatics while on a balance beam 20 feet in the air while still playing violin and the music. So it's really impressive.
That's talented there.
It's one of those things where you go to just admire the talent. There's not a whole lot of words. There's not a lot of audience participation belting out the words to the songs. It was an instrumental night, but it was good. It was a Christmas show, and very impressed.
A Christmas show too, huh?
Yeah, she had it Christmas themed, and the other thing I liked, it was over before 9 p.m., so we could still do bedtime as adults. Wasn't one of those that started. I've some concerts now, man. They're like, doors open at 9, concert starts at 10, and I'm like, well, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
40.
Out.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, I can't see that happen. Even when you're not really working.
That's far too long to pregame.
All three of your jobs.
Yeah.
You're not working on one of them now for a month.
This is
true.
You
have some extra time, but you're not staying up till midnight.
No.
You're not staying up till midnight.
No, God, no.
Kudos to Hunter Nepple.
1,000-point club.
Yeah, he's a junior, and he scored over 1,000 points now at Adams Central. Scored 36 last night. Had 9 rebounds as Adams Central beat St. Paul 76-42. Hit a three-pointer in the third quarter to eclipse the 1,000 points career mark for a point scored out at AC. He was 5 points short of breaking the school record for points in a game. And Coach Foster took him out in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Hunter after the game. He says he was begging the coach to put him back in because he was feeling it, and you could tell that he was feeling it. He said he could have set the school record for points in a game, but coach wouldn't put him back in.
Well, you don't want to do that if you're pounding somebody's face into the dirt.
I know, but do you? If if the coach knew that you were 5 points short of breaking the school record for points in the game,
Yep.
and your best player undoubtedly on the floor is at 36 points and you're 5 points short, I know there's a risk of injury, and I know it would perceived as running up the score.
It doesn't play well to the public. And, I mean, there's a very, very specific example that I could point to that I'm not going to because it's just an unfortunate way the whole thing unfolded. But they were a couple threes short of the three-point record. They had a some odd 70-some point lead, and they decided to knock two more threes down, and they took a lot of flack. And it was hard to, from my standpoint, it was hard to defend it. But they took a lot of flack for it. So, yeah, there's programs that it's a debate. That's an interesting debate.
But he was at home last night in front of a home crowd, and he just went over 1,000 points in his career in the third quarter. And I know you were pounding St. Paul, but the guy was 5 points short of breaking the school record. I'm not even sure how long it's been on the board. I didn't check before I left. But
God, that's a good debate.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. You're risking injury to your best player. You don't know what's going to happen out there with 3 or 4 minutes left in the game.
And teams get frustrated and they foul.
Yeah. He could go down awkwardly and hurt himself. And then what? Then the coach is going to look like an idiot.
Well, I think you just got to trust your gut.
Yeah, the coach is going to look like an idiot. If Hunter goes out there and injured himself in the last 3 minutes of that game last night, they'd be after Zach's head today.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he went with his gut feeling, and I think it was great.
Yeah, why was he still in the game? We were up by 30 points. He shouldn't have been out there.
We have a message, an urgent message from bookkeeping to IT. I can just send this directly across the way. We apparently need Rudolph in the Christmas graphics. We've got Charlie Brown, we've got Snoopy, we've got National Lampoon's Griswold. Apparently we need to get Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, yeah. Bookkeeper's a big Rudolph fan.
And probably Hermie, too.
Rudolph, she loves Rudolph more than she loves me.
The Claymation series?
The bookkeeper does.
That's a top fiver.
Yeah, we better get a hold of the IT guy today.
We need to get Hermie and Rudolph.
You better send an urgent email to the IT guy today and make sure he puts up Rudolph on our graphics.
He's in the lobby with us here on the show, so
yeah, he usually is. So
just message, like we don't have to worry who sends an email when I can just tell you, hey Shane, put Rudolph up.
Bookkeeper is on the warpath. The bookkeeper is on the warpath because we don't have Rudolph on our graphics.
We have nobody to light the way to the show.
We've got to be nice to the bookkeeper.
We're a train without a conductor, without Rudolph on board.
I haven't set our schedule for next week yet.
Oh.
So we've got to be nice to the bookkeeper. See if we can get an extra day off or two for next week.
Put all the Rudolph characters on there.
Yeah.
And then
take the rest of the characters
Get the rest off.
And put Rudolph up.
I love Snoopy as much as the next guy, but if we're going to get extra time off, Snoopy can go fly his doghouse somewhere else.
Oh, God. All right, 7:28. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Again, if you'd like to join us, 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. You can chime in on our social media sites as well. Waking up with Mike and Tyson on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Start off in the casinos, where a new Nebraska law aimed at collecting unpaid state debts from gamblers has already brought in more than $500,000 in just 3 months. Under the Gambling Winnings Set-Off for Outstanding Debt Act. That is a mouthful that they need to shorten in a hurry. It took effect September 2nd. Gaming operators must withhold part of a winner's payout if they owe money to the state and send it to the Nebraska Department of Revenue. Those funds are then distributed to state agencies, including motor vehicles, labor, health, and human services. More than 40% of the amount collected, at around $215,000, went to overdue child support. With the expansion of gambling and the completion of the full casinos, Nebraska is on pace to shatter last year's numbers for revenue, by the way. Nebraska's 5 racetracks casinos had earned nearly $215 million in revenue through October. That is $70 million more than all of last year. Those same tracks have earned about $36.5 million from horse racing. Meanwhile, former state senator for Nebraska and Army veteran Tom Brewer is midway through his 8th mission to Ukraine since Russia's invasion back in 2022, traveling with a small delegation to document conditions and support Ukrainian resilience. Brewer, an Army colonel with 2 Purple Hearts, says Ukrainians fear that the U.S. might step back and emphasizes the need for sustained American support to help Ukraine defend its freedom and democracy. On this trip, his team has visited grain facilities, frontline positions, and continues sharing Ukrainian stories with U.S. audiences. Brewer has also carried a formal letter of support for Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen, aimed at strengthening ties and future cooperation between the state of Nebraska and Ukraine. 7:30, we'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Bam, just like that, Rudolph has made his appearance on our video board. Rudolph is here. In sports, the Nebraska basketball teams will be off until this weekend. They don't play the midweek game this week because of final exams for the first semester. So the women will play Cal Baptist on Sunday at 11, followed by the men's game against North Dakota at 7. Both games will be on BTN. Houston Tillotson beat the Hastings College men's basketball team 83-67 last night in Austin, Texas. Houston Tillotson shot 50% from the field and 50% from three-point range, while holding the Broncos at just 38% shooting and 23% from the arc. Maverick Binder had 17 points, 9 rebounds for the Broncos. Ben Boudreau had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Deron Hall chipped in with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 steals. Hastings now 2-11 on the season. They'll play Texas Wesleyan on Thursday. Tip-off will be at 2. Hastings College women's basketball team will play at the College of St. Mary's tonight. The Broncos are 8-4 in the season, 5-2 in the conference. Flames are 3-11. They're 2-6 in the league. Hastings is 20-3 all-time against the College of St. Mary's. Tip-off will be at 6 tonight. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame at 5:45. Jillian Ashoff had a triple-double to lead the Nebraska Kearney women's basketball team to a 90-46 win over Chadron State last night at the Health and Sports Center. Ashoff had 15 points, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds. UNK now 5-6 in the season. They'll play host to South Dakota Mines on Sunday at 1 at the Health and Sports Center. The Nebraska Kearney men's basketball team sunk a season-high 14 three-pointers and got a combined 41 points from Jabriant Hill and Anthony Swift to hold off Chadron State 84-79 last night. Lopers are now 6-5. They'll play at Regis on Thursday. High school basketball last night, Hunter Nepple scored 36 points and grabbed 9 rebounds, lead Adams Central to a 76-42 win over St. Paul. In the process, Nepple surpassed 1,000 career points at AC. The 6'9" junior hit 8 three-pointers in the ballgame. Cohen Rader and Brody Luxon chipped in with 15 points apiece. Adams Central now 4-1 in the season. They'll play at Fillmore Central on Friday. Some other games, Elkhorn North beat Hastings High last night, 82-43. And Cross County defeated St. Cecilia, 74-46. Adams Central girls, they scored the first 14 points of the game en route to their 53-19 win over St. Paul. Bryn Smith had 17 points for the Patriots. Ava Kasberg had 12. Adams Central now 2-3 on the season. They'll play at Fillmore Central on Friday. In the other games, Elkhorn North beat Hastings High 59-25, and St. Cecilia defeated Cross County 46-28. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:34 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Wednesday brings another warm day to the area with plenty of sunshine, a high in the upper 50s, and strengthening winds. In fact, we'll see gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll have more wind, chance for rain in the low of 34. Then on Thursday, a high wind warning is in effect. We'll have dropping temperatures throughout the day, a high of only 40, and northwest winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. Thursday night, a low of 20 and 50s heading into the weekend.
All right, as you wake up, get going. Southwest winds at 6. We've got clear skies. It's 29 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Welch, Center Bronick with you. It's a huddle up here on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday, the 17th of the month. Again, we'll be in Omaha tonight. Hastings College women and the Flames from the College of St. Mary's. 6 o'clock tip tonight, 5:45 pregame show here on Extreme Sports.
There you go. I saw that Gina picked up a commitment yesterday.
Yeah, from Donovan Trumbull.
Mm-hmm. Local kid coming in.
The Richter girl from Donovan Trumbull going to be playing for the Broncos next season.
Good get. Ryan Martin has chimed in on the Hunter Nepple discussion.
I think we must have confused him.
Let him break the school record if the next game is on the road. If it's at home, then let him do it. The next game, don't run up the score.
This was a record for single points in a game.
I would think, yeah. So I would think the opposing coach would understand. And I think that's something that you have to discuss. Like maybe during a timeout call, just have one of your assistants go over and be like, "Hey,
you ain't gonna do that.
Hey, he's 4 points away from the record. We're putting him in. We're not rubbing it in."
No, you can't do that.
I don't know.
You got to send your assistant coach over to their bench and ask the coach, is it all right if we
tell the coach? Be like, here's why we're doing what we're doing. This isn't like a shot to you.
Jeez, you might as well get on the microphone and announce it to everybody that's in attendance. Oh, we're going to put Hunter back in to try to break the school record for most points in the game. He'll go over to the opposing bench. God. What happens if you get over there, they're not having a good night? Obviously, they're not having a good night.
They're not having a good night.
They're getting beat by 35
That's why I sent my assistant.
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with that shit.
Yeah, talk about a punchable face. The poor assistant coach is going to be popped in the kisser. I'm going to put my best player back in. He's got 36 points on you. We're going to try to break the school record. to put your name up on the board.
Just so you know.
Yeah, just so you know. We got to get to 41 or 42 points, and he'll have the school record. So we're going to put it back in and rub salt in the wound and beat you by 40 points instead of 35 or whatever it was. No, you just got to go with your gut. And Zach, he did, I guess, what he wanted to do last night, and that's
win the game.
Don't risk injury to Hunter Heppel.
Game's already in hand. Got this one.
So yeah. Brian Martin, he was a little bit confused, and we're sorry if we confused him. This is for a school record for points in a game.
Right.
And not for a season. He went over 1,000 points in the third quarter. So.
For his career, yeah.
All right, let's talk some Husker football. Nebraska preparing for the Las Vegas Bowl against Utah coming up on New Year's Eve. Dana Holgerson, the offensive coordinator, was before us yesterday. Naturally, a lot of the talk was on the quarterback situation. Don't forget that T.J. Lateef, our starting quarterback, he's really on the injured list. Remember, he suffered a hamstring injury in the last ball game against Iowa.
Right.
So he's not at full speed right now getting ready for the bowl game. And
Jalen Gramstad, mound up?
He's taking first-team snaps right now because T.J. Lateef is not. Dana says they're bringing T.J. along in a cautious manner getting ready for the bowl game.
The worst thing in the world that could happen right now is to turn him loose in a full in a full practice, and he re-injures the hamstring, So those things take a little bit of time, and fortunately we have a little bit of time here, so I'd sure like to be working with him more. He's obviously still in a developmental stage in his career, so not having the full practices is, it is what it is, but he's totally engaged and taking a ton of mental reps and going through all the Indy, he's keeping his arm, keeping his arm in shape and doing all the drills, just kind of doing it at his speed as opposed to being in like team settings where he would have to like pull the trigger on some things, So we're just kind of being cautious with it right now. We'll start game planning here. Coaches have game planned, but like from a insulation purpose with Utah, we'll start that this weekend, so he should be cleared and ready to go on that. Behind him, Jalen's taking reps, and Marcos, this is an opportunity for Marcos, and it's really the first opportunity that he's had to go in there and take a bunch of team reps, meaningful team reps.
And, of course, Dylan Raiola came up during the presser yesterday. Of course, Dylan, adios, amigo, he's out of here. So they talked with Dana about the type of quarterback that they might be looking at in the transfer portal.
You get the best available. Is it a pocket guy? Is it dual threat guy? Is it a more of a runner? You look at the overall body of work, and it's just so different now where we're actively like watching quarterbacks and have been watching quarterbacks to try to make those decisions. We got a whole personnel department that's been doing it, and it's every position, and those guys have been doing that for months, and so that's just about looking and seeing what's available, and my job's to evaluate it. My main job is to coach TJ and the rest of the offense to get us ready to go play in a bowl game. That's number one on my list, and so then, after the game's over, we'll come back and that portal will open up on the 2nd, and it's going to get kind of crazy for a couple weeks.
Now, what about Dylan Raiola's development during his 2 years at Nebraska?
He's a great player, man. I think, there's times where I thought we were really headed in the right direction. There's times where we weren't. That falls on me, not just from his perspective, from the whole offense's perspective. Just think we're close, man. You look at that USC game, I believe if that wouldn't have happened, things were different. And I think we win that game, and I think that gives us momentum, and who knows how the end of the season ends, and who knows where we're at right now, but all I do is think about where we're at right now and what we got to do to get better.
All I do is think about the upcoming bowl game with Utah in the Las Vegas Bowl, and the coach says Utah will be tough.
Got a lot of respect for Coach Whittingham. Coached against him in a bowl game back in 2017. He's always had a good product. He's always put a good team out there. His bowl record at one point was pretty spectacular. This is his last game. What do you think they're going to do? Probably going to play pretty good. So we will expect their best. And they're a good team, man. I mean, 10-2 with 2 losses to, obviously Texas Tech and BYU. Other than those 2 games and those last 2 games, they just beat the tar out of everybody, and so they're a good football team, man, and got a lot of good players. They got a great program, good culture. Hall of Fame football coach that's retiring and playing his last game, so I would expect their best.
All right, there you go. Latest comments from Dana Hogerson, the offensive coordinator for the Huskers, as they get ready to take on Utah on New Year's Eve. There you go.
There you go.
Dylan Raiola brought up. He's down the road, so let's put the cap on that, shall we?
You're saying stop trying to drive by looking in the rearview mirror?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Lateef, let's try to get him healthy, get to our next game, the Las Vegas Bowl, and then don't forget the transfer portal opens up on January 2nd. The wild and crazy season.
How do you treat this game? I mean, from the coaching staff standpoint, there's a lot of things that I want to see as we try to shape our team for the future. Like, do you give some kids on the depth chart an opportunity to try to prove themselves on the roster and solidify themselves as a starter for next season? Do you just go after and
whether you want to do that or not? I think in Nebraska's case, it's going to happen anyway. We're going to have TJ in there at quarterback. We're going to have a new running back because Emmett Johnson's not going to play. So you're going to see some of the younger running backs that we haven't been able to see all year long. So whether you're going to want to look at some of the younger guys or not, Nebraska is going to have to. And who knows what will happen between now and New Year's Eve.
That's just it, As this continues to unfold and kids continue to start putting their names in and opt out of that, it could be an entirely different roster by New Year's Eve.
Yep.
Reality of the situation.
All right, so Nebraska and Utah on New Year's Eve. 7:47, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Told you about the Adams Central boys last night, picking up a win over St. Paul, winning by the score of 76-42. And last night, Adams Central assistant coach and Sam Cook, he joined me on the postgame show. Wow, Coach, congratulations on the win. Got to be happy with a 76-42 win.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a good game. We're trying to push our guys, try to focus more on the defensive end, really focus defensively. And then there were times in that first half that we needed to be better, but then, I think as the game went on, we did a better job in the second half too. So,
yeah, defensively, the last couple of games, 40, 41, and now 42 points. Talk about what you got done on the defensive end.
Yeah, we've, as a group, we've just been bouncing around ideas like what can we lean on, and we're trying different things, trying to find the right recipe, and I think we've got it, but it's more just about our urgency as a group, just defending in general, not necessarily what scheme or what we're trying to run. So that was kind of our big push to the guys, is like let's really kind of defend. Let's try to get in a stance. Let's try to communicate better. Let's all those things that coaches want to see out of a defense. We try to push those things, and we're not perfect. And I don't a lot of teams try to work on it, but we're going to continue to work on it. And we were better down the stretch today, so that was good to see.
Offensively, Hunter Neppel, we had him with 36 tonight. He kind of took over the ball game in the second half. 23 points in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, he did. And he credit to Hunter because he deserves a lot of all the accolades and all the credit that he got. So he's got his 1000th point tonight as a junior, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. And there's quite a bit of the year left. So that's an amazing accomplishment. I think he was, 5 or 6 points off the school record. I think if you ask him, he wanted it pretty badly, but at the same time, we got a lot of the year in front of us, and so just trying to do the right thing for him, and so credit credit to Hunter because he puts in more time than a lot of people even could fathom, over his life. And so to be that dedicated to doing something he truly loves is special. And so when he has success, it's very easy to cheer for a guy like Hunter.
Once you get in a rhythm, he wanted to take the shots, and he was just in a the basket looked real big out there tonight, didn't it?
Kind of a magnet to it, yeah. Once they started going in, he was drawn to the ball pretty quickly. So, but yeah, that's true. When he gets it going, really for anybody, but especially Hunter, when he gets it going and he's in a rhythm, he will put up a lot of points or can. So.
Brody Luxon is another guy in the first half, scores 15 points on 5 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Really propelled you guys in the first half.
Yeah, he gave us a huge spark. And Brody's had games where he's done that and he's shot it well so far this year, and so we're just hoping he can continue that. And when he gets his moments, he's shooting it confidently and knocks it down.
So they had a 14-8 lead in the first quarter, and then they got out to 24 to actually it was 19-19 at one point. And you guys went on a 16-0 run there in the second quarter of play. Talk about that. You got your defense, got a lot of deflections in the game, got some easy points at the other end, and you got out to the big halftime lead.
Well, and that's what it was. We were better defensively. We had better attention to detail, I think, on what we wanted to execute. We did get some tips and run-outs, and so you get easy buckets. That leads to that. For sure. But, yeah, just better urgency, better focus on the defensive end during that time. And, we just got to try to do the best we can for 4 quarters when we do that.
Now a quick turnaround, a couple of tough games coming up this weekend. Fillmore Central Friday night. You got Douglas County West in the Hastings College Holiday Classic on Saturday. So do you prepare for both of those games now for the rest of the week, or how do you prepare for the weekend?
Yeah, I think, there's probably a fair amount of, like, what can we do to get better at our stuff? And most of the time, there's obviously the side of coaching is the scouting and all of that to try to prepare for other teams. But at the same time, like, we just got to do the things we do well, and we like our guys and we like our group. And so if we focus on, what we do well and actually execute what we want, then hopefully we like where we're going to be. But yeah, two big games. Fillmore plays extremely hard. DC West is good team too. So, just trying to get through it. This is kind of the hard part right before Christmas break. And school's finishing up, but you got some basketball, so that's always a good sign too.
Yeah, the month of December for you guys has been a grind. You played a lot of games in a short amount of time.
Yeah, we have. And that's, I think that's okay. We got a good feel for who we are through all this stretch, which is good. And so as long as we get guys some rest and, we come back each day kind of hungry just to improve, whether that's at practice or in our game, we're trying to do the best thing we can just to improve.
All right, that's Adams Central boys assistant coach Sam Cook following the Patriots' victory last night. The Adams Central girls, they scored the first 14 points of the game. They beat St. Paul last night 53-19. And Coach Evan Smith joined me last night. Coach, congratulations on the win. Much better outing than we saw last week against Gothenburg.
Yeah, it looked a little better out there. It's easier coaching those type of games. Takes a little bit of pressure off of the coaching staff when the ball goes in the hoop and you don't turn it over 40 times.
Got off to a great start tonight, scored the first 14 points of the ball game. Talk about the start of the game.
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job getting some inside-out looks and girls getting to the rim and to the free throw line. And, it was just a good start to see the ball go through the net. Just kind of makes things a little easier for us.
Got into a 19-5 lead after the first quarter and really didn't allow St. Paul get into their offense. They scored 5 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second. They scored 2 in the third and then 6 in the fourth quarter of play. Pretty good defense for us tonight.
Yeah, and I kind of thought we had the upper hand there as far as just our pressure and, some full court man-to-man stuff they struggled with. They just didn't never could really get into anything they were comfortable with. And then switching to that zone there in the third, late in the third and in the fourth, just kind of a good, just to mix it up a little bit, and our girls did a nice job executing both ends.
You kind of used the Gothenburg medicine that we had last week in this ball game tonight. Full court pressure, and you forced 31 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, I got tired of watching that on film, so it was kind of good to see our girls, come in with a little different energy. I thought, the feel was different before the game with the kids, and it was good to see them, strap it up and get after it right away.
Bryn Smith, your daughter, came up with a couple of three-pointers in the ball game, scores 17 in the contest, 8 in the first half and 9 more in the second half. So a good showing. You can feed her dinner tonight, Coach.
Yeah, she she's earned it. She's obviously been in the gym since she can hold a basketball and put a lot of time in. So I was excited to see her get some shots to go in, but. She'll be the first one to say that it was, she got a lot of good passes from her teammates and allowed her to get some open looks today.
Yeah, offensively, 40% from the field, 38% from three-point territory. You'll take those numbers any game.
Absolutely, yeah. I was proud of the way they shot the ball and didn't force a whole lot of bad shots. And then, we shot pretty well from the free throw line too, which was nice to see tonight.
Adams Central hitting 8 out of 12 from the line. Why were we successful offensively tonight?
Yeah, I think, we were patient, especially against their zone. We were able to, find some stuff inside. And again, like we talked about before, that they were able to get some kick-out passes for some open looks. And, we shot with confidence tonight. And I think that's, a big part of it, just the girls getting out of their head and just going out and playing and having fun.
In addition to Bryn Smith's 17 points, also in double figures was Ava Katzberger. She comes up with 12, had a good first half with 11 of those 12 in the first half.
Yeah, she had a couple other looks there in the second half. She kind of didn't connect with, but I thought she had a really good game, and it's a good way to get. It was her birthday today, so that was kind of nice to see her get some buckets on her birthday, and it was a good outing. We had a couple other girls that had some good points for us, and just balanced scoring, I thought, with several other girls.
With a blowout win here tonight, you got a good look at the entire squad here tonight. Some of the younger kids that got in there tonight.
Yeah, we've got a couple girls with concussions, so we had some freshmen that needed to step up. And, I didn't think at the beginning of the year we were going to use them much, but, they've been able to hold their own and do some nice things out there. And it's kind of good to see, build some depth, when you have to. And, it is what it is. And so our girls are stepping up to the challenge, which has been nice to see.
Tough week for you this game here. You got Fillmore Central coming up on Friday, and then a quick turnaround. You play Saturday against the Douglas County West here at the Patriot Gym. A team coached by old Russ Ninemeyer from the Sandy Creek days, so familiar with Russ, and he'll be back in the area on Saturday.
Yeah, we've seen Russ a couple times at some camps in the summertime, and I love talking to him. He's just he's forgot more about basketball than I know, so it's always fun to pick his brain and just kind of watch him do his thing, and he's still got a passion for it and loves doing it. But yeah, it's going to be a tough little stretch here. Fillmore's playing well. They've got some good young kids like our sophomores. They get after it and play hard, and obviously DC West is they're good. They play a tough schedule, playing the Omaha-Lincoln area. So 2 good tough matchups before we go into the break, and I'm excited. We feel like maybe today we kind of found out what some of our roles were on the team, and hopefully we can move forward with that and play well.
You got to be excited for the break. The month of December has been a grinder for you guys.
It's been brutal. Yeah, we've had some tough games, and had a couple games we thought we should have won against Aurora and York, but that's kind of the way it goes. And again, we're still a pretty young team, and so we're still kind of building and figuring out some things. And so I'm excited. It'll be good to get these games done with over the weekend, and then get a little downtime with family and friends, and just enjoy Christmas time. But, we still got some work to do before then.
All right, that's Adams Central girls coach Evan Smith. Again, AC picking up a win last night over St. Paul, 53-19. Waking up with Mike and Zeisinger this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports at 7:58.
Need a Christmas gift that'll actually get a smile and taste better than socks? Give them a Letta Vista gift card available at the winery. Hey, beginning January, our winter hours are Saturday only, 11:30 through 9 p.m. Have a Merry Christmas.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, see the professionals at North Shore Real Estate of Hastings. Real estate is one of the largest and most exciting investments you can make, and the folks at North Shore Real Estate are here to make sure the process is a fun and rewarding one. They serve Hastings, Harvard, Blue Hill, Kennesaw, and several other communities within a 35-mile radius of Hastings. They'll give you the guidance and support you need throughout the entire buying or selling experience. Give them a call at 402-461-6930 or stop in at 100 North Shore Drive in Hastings. North Shore Real Estate. Excellent agents, outstanding results.
All right, Mike Willenstein of Browning gets a huddle up on Extreme Sports. And we've got college basketball coming your way tonight. We're in Omaha. Hastings College women, College of St. Mary's, going at 6 tonight. On the air with the pregame show with Gina Douglas, 5:45 this afternoon on your exclusive home for Broncos sports for the 2025-2026 season, Extreme Sports.
We just hope for some better shooting numbers. Hope the ball goes down. I think that for the first time really this season, Hastings College women just had a game where they couldn't put the ball in the basket, and sometimes that happens where you kind of hope that maybe one of the 5 is cold from shooting, and I think it was kind of just a cold day all around on their most recent road trip this past weekend. So hope the offense can warm up and sink some buckets tonight and get back on the winning track.
Yeah, we had 49 three-pointers.
Yep.
In 3 games leading to the Briarcliff game. You knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
You knew it was going to happen. You get on a clip of that team hitting 49 three-pointers in 3 games. You say, oh, God, this trend is not going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't. Saturday got beaten by Briarcliff and did not shoot the ball very well. So College of St. Mary's, a team that we've had pretty good success with in the past, 20-3 against the Flames, so maybe we can put it all together. Then Hastings College will play another game on Monday against Nebraska Wesleyan.
Oh, wow.
And then they're going to take their break for Christmas. So the men, they're going to be playing Texas Wesleyan on the Thursday. They're down in Texas. They lost last night to Houston Tillotson, 83-67. They'll play Texas Wesleyan on Thursday, and then they're done for the Christmas break. They'll play a game on New Year's Eve against Friends University. Then they're back in the conference scene after the first of the year. So that's
there you go.
What's coming up for the Broncos.
So you'll get a little break coming up.
A little bit.
A little bit of break.
A little bit of break during the Christmas holidays, which is always nice.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Be even nicer if the bookkeeper gives us some extra days.
Now that we put Rudolph up, she's going to be in a much better mood.
We have bargaining power.
Yeah, she's going to be in a lot better mood when I see her next. I'll drop the idea that we don't really want to work too much next week because it's Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much too much. A little bit's too much.
We've got to work a couple of days next week.
We can work a couple of days.
So what's the norm for next week?
So what does Christmas fall on?
Christmas
Thursday,
is on
right?
A Thursday.
It's Thursday.
So we're not going to work Friday, I'm sure. We're not working Saturday, and we're not working Sunday.
And I'm going to advocate for Christmas Eve.
When's Christmas Eve?
Wednesday.
That's the day I need to schmooze with the bookkeeper.
Yeah, because I need my shopping done.
We could do it all on Christmas Eve. I don't think we're done either.
I need to do shopping on Christmas Eve.
I think she's already taken the day off on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, then yeah, we're done. End of discussion.
If she's off, we're off.
If we can't hire a lawyer to defend us for something we say on the show, we should also be off.
Yeah, we can't risk the possibility of us saying something on Christmas Eve and us getting sued if the bookkeeper is not working.
I hope Kirk Signetti does not listen to this show.
Because you're going to punch him in the face. Mike Lounsbury, he has chimed in on the chat. Remember when we were going to send the assistant coach over to the opposing coach
great.
And tell him that we're going to put our best player back on the floor so he can break the school record for points? Mike Lounsbury said
go schmooze over.
that would punch you in the face.
Schmooze over.
Probably wouldn't be a good idea. Hey, if you'd like to listen to the show again, you can go to our social media sites, download the podcast, and listen to the comments we had with Dana Holgerson, our interviews with Coach Smith, and also the assistant coach for the the Adams Central boys, Sam Cook. Listen to our conversation we had in the first half hour of the show when Tyson was going to punch Kurt Stignetti in the face. Listen to that conversation as well. So, anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for
Bullshit.
Extreme Sports. And,
get your bullshit out.
Yeah, I'll get my bullshit. My bullshit is out. Right here. It shows we got football action tonight on my bullshit.
I have never matured.
The Cure Bowl, Old Dominion and the University of South Florida, and then the 68 Ventures Bowl tonight with Louisiana and Delaware. That's on my bowl sheet. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Have yourself a nice day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.
Or grandma or anyone that